So a student sent me a link to this news story today um, from phys.org, which is a great website that summarizes lots of cool developments in research. And this story said moons may yield clues to what makes planets habitable. And I'll link to the story. And the basic idea, if I understand correctly, is that the moon has made contributions to making the Earth hospitable to life. So, and I think in this story, they're saying, well, that should give us some clues if we're looking for other planets that may be hospitable to life. Maybe if we can see that those planets have moons, that will be another indicator that those planets could be habitable. What's interesting to me is that this is like a news story here in 2022, because I remember reading a book back in 2003 called Rare Earth: Why Complex Life is Uncommon in the Universe. And there's a whole chapter in this book that's committed to this idea that the moon is a critical piece of making life possible here on Earth. Right. And so the thrust of this book was arguing that life may be rare in the universe and that planets like Earth may be rare. And so they go through like different parts of habitability of planets. And one of those, you see, chapter 10 is the moon, the Jupiter, and life on Earth. So they even go further and they say that the presence of Jupiter in our solar system has played an important role in the development of life on Earth. And that argument goes something like, for both the moon and Jupiter, that they protect the Earth gravitationally, that they prevent impacts over time. They kind of clear, almost like gravitational vacuum cleaners that kind of clean up the solar system from debris that could later impact the Earth and cause mass extinction events. So what's interesting to me is that this was written in a book, 19 years ago or whatever, and it's still sort of making news and people are writing research papers about it almost 20 years later. So it's kind of interesting to me. I think that I notice that a lot. I think when I see astronomy news is that I'm like, there'll be news about like water on Mars. I'm like, is that really news? We've kind of known about this for a long time. So maybe I got to dig deeper in the weeds and see what little piece of information in the story is really new information. But this doesn't feel as new as I would think it would. Anyway, so there's your little dose of astronomy news for the day, and how sometimes everything new is old, I guess. Is that what we'd say? All right, have a good one.